get it through
que usted
your thick
entienda
cabeza
su cabeza bien
that you're not
gruesa,
tap
que
out
no
of
puede
the
tomar
car
tener
while you are
alcohol en el
driving.
carro mientras está manejando.
Do you understand?
¿Se lo entiende?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm going to suspend your license or ability to drive for 180 days.
De manera-
Good morning, Mr. Bell. You know, in life, when you take a half-ass result or half-ass approach, you get a half-ass result. And I know that it's always easier to just take it and just be done with it, but I'm going to tell you now, when you get a DWI conviction on your record, it will hose you in every way imaginable. Anytime you want to get car insurance, it's going to be 3 to 4 times what it would be to the average person. Insurance companies are so bad nowadays, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have car insurance now?
Yes, sir. I keep it.
Do you pay a lot?
130.
Okay. It will quadruple to quintuple if you end up with a conviction on your record. Not to mention, there's fines and fees from DPS to pay. Not to mention, you ever pick up another one, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. So you're the master of your own domain. You're still a spring chicken, so you probably got another 25 to 30 years of driving. I'm telling you, a conviction on your record. But if you want to do it.
May I interject? You know, the package is to Nathan Beadle, and I think he just got a little antsy. If we can go through the process, I want him to take the package. I want him to take the program because I know it's going to be beneficial in the end.
The only problem is you got to stay clean for a year. And if you can do that, the 2 classes, it gets dismissed. And you avoid probably around $5,000 in fines and fees here, not to mention a lifetime of 4 to 5 times insurance. And it's probably not just car insurance. Your homeowner's insurance will probably go up if you pay homeowner's insurance. And anytime you want to get a car, you want to get a loan to get anything, they're going to look at this, they're going to charge you more. You're a liability. You don't have to make a decision now, but I'm telling you, anytime you have the ability to get something dismissed, you're winning. It's up to you. If you want to still set up for a plea, I'm happy to do it, but get ready to pay.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Nathan should be ruling in a week or so.
Set off a week.
Yeah. Give me 2. I'm gonna be out of town for Thanksgiving.
2 weeks. Done.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But if he wants to do the time served, he's got to do it next time. It's 210 days now.
Done deal.
So if you're going to take it, you do it next time. But I'm telling you, it's a fool's errand to take a conviction when you can try to get this thing dismissed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr.
Thank you,
Bell.
y'all.
Of course. Are you Francisco de Jesus Guerrero Gonzalez? Sir, you are wanted out of Maricopa, Arizona. I want you to know that you're not here alone. Your lawyer's here with you, but she is on Zoom at this point. Your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond, but I don't know. I don't know anything about you, and I have to get to know you in a very short period of time. The way we do that is by looking how you are on paper, because that tells me a lot of who you are, what you wanted, and your prior criminal history. So, Dave, tell me about Mr. Guerrero.
Your Honor, he's wanted for 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, dangerous crimes against children, class felony 2. I spoke with Maricopa County Attorney's Office, and they state that they don't oppose him getting a bond, surprisingly. However, I have some reservations. I spoke with Pari about this. Is at the time he was arrested, is that he had an open flight to Mexico, and so regarding the severity of the charge and his ability to obviously leave the jurisdiction of America, is that I'd have reservations regarding his.
Well, we can always make him surrender a passport.
And that's what Pari was saying is him surrendering.
And I do have an update on that day, and I apologize for not telling you earlier about it. I can tell you now in front of the judge, but whenever you're done, I'll let you know.
No, I mean, that's if you want to.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Judge, here's the thing. I think the reason that jurisdiction's not opposed is because he's been under investigation for 2 years for this. And in fact, he already has an attorney there that I've spoken to. So normally in these scenarios, when you're working so closely with the jurisdiction, the times that I've done it here in Houston, out of consideration for the client and the attorney, normally when they end up filing the warrants, they let the attorney know. That's the reason that you get an attorney preemptively in the first place. I don't know why that didn't happen, but there's absolutely no reason to think he's not going to turn himself in. He's 25 years old with no criminal history. He went to college in Arizona State. Judge, when he graduated, he stayed there and he worked as the press secretary for the Mexican consulate. The reason he had the ticket, and I wanted to verify before telling you, is it was already booked. It was a round trip ticket. The ticket back to Mexico was set for yesterday. He would never buy a ticket while he's in custody to go to Mexico.
Was this a 2B or was this already an open charge?
No. It was, they literally just filed the warrant. He has been under investigation for 2 years. They just filed the warrant. And for some reason, they didn't tell the attorney he was working with so that he could set up a time to turn himself in, which they usually do. In fact, when she found out about it, she called when she found out he was in custody, and that jurisdiction told the attorney, her name is Melanie, that the charge is still unfiled. So I don't know where the misunderstanding came, but the warrant was literally just filed. If he knew about it, there was no way.
There's no misunderstanding. They're just, he had a flight, but they filed the case in between.
Right.
Exactly. So, and just so you know, Judge, so he got picked up on the flight in. Like, he came to the US on Thursday. He was set to go back to Mexico Sunday. And the reason for that, just so you know, is because his mom lives in America. His stepdad is an ER physician. He's going to be staying with them. He will surrender his passport. But when he didn't know this was all going on, his biological father has 7 bakeries in Mexico. So he was helping his dad that's why he was in Mexico. But he has no issue staying here. He has family here. He has ties here. He already has an attorney. So
Aria, we're good. We're good. Are you okay?
I mean, the demanding jurisdiction is okay with it.
You're right.
Like I said, I just have reservations regarding the severity of the charge. I understand what Pari is saying, but if the demanding jurisdiction is open for a bond, I just defer to the court regarding setting a bond.
Also about the charges, one more thing about the charges. They read way worse than they are. I'm not saying it's an okay charge. I just am telling you that I spoke to the attorney, and that's the way they word possession of child pornography. I just want the court to know that this is not a case where there's actual 4 victims. That's their version of possession.
So I for me, at least, I want surrender of the passport.
100%.
And then we'll set a bond.
Would someone be here to surrender that now to the clerk's office, or?
Let me ask him where it is, and I can have someone there because I don't know where his passport
So
physically is.
let's do this. I'll have him put back and you can talk to him in the back.
Okay.
Let's figure out the logistics and then we can come back and set the bond. But I'm not going to set it until I know it's been surrendered. Someone else has possession of it, and then we can set the bond for you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Well, because the other
What's
part, more for the court, is that if there is an intention to set a bond, that I can let the demanding.
You're okay with it?
Well, no, just in terms of, like I said, I just have my reservations because of the severity of the charge. But regarding the bond, is that the demanding jurisdiction is about halfway into the governor's warrant. Apparently, they won a battle bad enough that they already started working on it, and so they're about halfway through. It's already got processed from the county attorney's side, and so just so that I can let them know if the court does set a bond, I can tell them to stop working on it, or at least pause it so that they don't put extra effort.
I mean, I'm okay with it if you are,
Okay.
and Paria obviously is, right? Just we need to figure out what the amount is, but first things first is the surrender of the passport, and then we go from there.
Do you want me to stand down? Do you want to reapproach today, or do you want to?
No, we'll reapproach today. Let me talk to him about where it is. It may be in his property if he was stopped at the airport. So let me figure that out, and I'll reapproach.
I got to approach with Abel later anyway, so I'll hang around.
All right.
Okay, I'll be quick. Bye.
I still need admonition too, by the way. So, okay. Anyway,
I would have issues with going down further than 25,000, just because the nature of the charges and the fact that there are 4 counts of them. But ultimately, if the demanding jurisdiction is okay with him getting a bond, I can't really argue against that. So, it's their case. But that's what I told Pari is. That's where I stand.
Sure, and Judge, I understand that this is not a case where it's going to be set at $500. So I understand the bond needs to be reasonable. We were asking for 10,000, right?
25,000 a day. She wants 10,000.
Yes.
So we'll split the puppy.
Okay.
15.
15? Yes, Judge.
15,000.
Yeah, but I'm not setting it yet.
Just so you know, Francis, Right, tomorrow. So Francisco, just so you know, your mom's friend is gonna come by and pick up your passport. I'm gonna text your family and explain how that is. And then once it gets surrendered tomorrow, we'll set your bond.
Understand that once you guys surrender the passport, I can set you a bond, and I want you to understand that we take this absolutely serious. We give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to go surrender yourself or post bond in Arizona. You're old enough to understand that actions have consequences. If you fail to do this, I will revoke this bond. You're going to be out all that money. I will issue a nationwide warrant for your arrest, and I'm going to get you. And this time, I won't do this again. You get one opportunity, and if you fail to go do it, we set bond at 0, and the next time I will hold you until Arizona comes and gets you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set you for tomorrow to wait for the passport, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
Thanks,
Thank
Mario.
you, everyone.
Thanks,
See
Faria.
you tomorrow, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right. There's an open container allegation. Is it true or untrue on the open container?
On my case,
Uh-huh.
that would have to be abandoned so we could do this deal. I didn't see it on the paperwork, on the final paperwork, it's not on that.
Are you guys, what do you say with the open container? Are you wanting to abandon it? Because if not, he's got 3 days to do. Or actually 5 days.
Esa voz alta.
Mr. Levesque, you're
Señor
charged with
López
driving
está
while
acusado con
intoxicated.
manejar ebrio.
You're facing up to
Enfrenta
a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
una multa de $4,000.
You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for how much time?
Crédito,
Credit for the 1 day that you've done.
la que ya
You
cumplí.
need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over in a car and an officer sees or smells
Huele
anything funky in the car,
carro.
it's a good possibility that they take you down and charge you with a second offense.
Piensa,
What we're doing today,
estamos haciendo aquí hoy.
from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
So if you're not in this country with permission, you do any more than 4 to 6 hours in custody, you can almost bet yourself that you'll end up with an immigration detainer.
Con cuestión de inmigración.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial,
El
right
derecho
to
a un
compel
juicio,
witnesses to testify on your behalf,
testigos,
confront and cross-examine your accusers.
interrogar a
If
sus
you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country,
excluidos
denied naturalization under federal law.
federales,
You give up the right to
renuncia a
appeal.
su derecho a apelar.
Once you accept this agreement and once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off.
Jamás podría sacarlo de su record.
You
¿Lo
understand?
entiende?
Sí.
Is
Yes.
this what you want to do?
Accept-
Sí.
Yes.
Is it true
¿Es
or
verdad
untrue
o no es
that you
verdad?
have a 0.15 or above?
Más arriba.
Sí.
Yes.
It's true to that enhancement. State on the open
El
container,
Estado.
what do you say?
We're abandoning the enhancement.
I want you to understand
Quiero
that
que
they're
usted
abandoning
entienda que están evitando
container allegations.
eso que se alega
And
en
I
el
would
tema
hope
de trato abierto. Yo
that
espero
you get it through
que usted
your thick
entienda
cabeza.
su cabeza bien
You're not
gruesa,
to have
que
alcohol
no
in
puede
the
tomar
car
tener
while you are
alcohol en el
driving.
carro mientras está manejando.
Do you understand?
¿Se lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
I'm going to suspend your license or ability to drive for 180 days.
De manejar por
You are
cierto.
not to drive whatsoever for any reason.
Por
And
ninguna
I'm
razón.
going to tell you, if you do,
Voy a decir que
that
usted lo
in and of itself is a class B misdemeanor, and you can be right back over here. You come back here with a new case, it's not going to go well, sir.
le va a ir bien, señor.
Do you understand?
Se lo entiendo.
How do you plead to the driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not
¿Culpable o
guilty?
no culpable?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Find you
Lo
guilty.
encuentro culpable, lo
3 days in
sentencio
jail, give you
a 3 días en
credit
la
for
cárcel con el crédito para el uno que
1.5 allegation is true.
diga que es verdad.
Abandon the second enhancement.
Según.
What do you do for a living?
¿Qué se dedica usted?
Guardia de seguridad.
I'm a security guard.
What kind of money do you make a month, sir?
¿Qué tanto dinero gana usted al mes, señor?
No, pero hace 2 meses que no trabajo, no estoy trabajando.
It's been 2 months that I have not worked. I'm not working.
Why not?
¿Por qué no?
Porque me sacaron del trabajo.
Because they just took me out of my job.
How do you support yourself?
¿Cómo se mantiene usted?
No, porque trabajamos 3 en la casa.
Because there's 3 of us in the house that work.
You still need to eat.
Pero a
How do
veces
you
tiene
eat?
que comer. ¿Cómo se come? ¿Cómo se alimenta?
Con el dinero de ellos por ahora.
With their money for right now.
I'm asking you these questions
Solo te
because there's a
pregunto.
ton of fines and
Que
fees that come with the DWI.
de
I will begrudgingly waive these fees for you now.
yo,
But if you are not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking like a little child, I will put you over my knee like a little child and I will spank you like a little child, but I will spank you with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
¿me entiendes?
A second DWI, you were looking at around $7,000 in fines and fees. And if you don't pay it, you sit 1 day in jail for every $100 you
Para
owe.
$100
Get a clue.
la cárcel.
Every day, someone dies in this county
Que
for
muere
the DWI.
por alguien manejar
Don't
ebrio.
become a statistic.
No se convierta en una estadística.
Do you
¿Me
understand?
entiende?
All right.
Yes.
Judge, if I may, the only thing I would add to
Dice,
this is,
lo único que yo puedo agregar
he
a
had
esto es
a ALR
teníamos
suspension.
una
Would you
suspensión.
give him credit
Se pide
for
que se le
the
daría
time?
crédito por el
I'm not
tiempo.
going to reward him any
No,
more
no le
than we're
voy a
doing now.
dar más
No.
nada de lo que yo le
But-
quiero.
Don't get into a car
Que no
and
se meta en un carro y
don't have a
maneje si
license.
no tiene
Do
licencia.
not drive. I will
No
protect
maneje.
my county in every way, Mr. Lebec. And if that means putting you in custody, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Eso lo haré.
You need the waiver for the.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
El señor. Thank you. I was summoned here.
Why?
¿Por qué?
No sé.
I don't know.
I have here in front of me
Yo
that you
tengo aquí enfrente de
tampering
mí
with
que
the
estaba bregando
device.
con el aparato.
Este aparato nomás me lo movieron de aquí para el otro pie,
This
allá en
device
la
was just
oficina,
moved from this leg to the other one there
la
at the
oficina.
office, at the office.
en la oficina.
I have here that you are tampering with the device at 1 in the morning.
No,
A
ya
la
no.
1 de la madrugada.
Oh, no,
Oh, no,
no,
no.
no.
I have here different.
Aquí algo
Sí,
diferente.
pero yo no he hecho nada.
No,
No
but
he
I
hecho
haven't
nada.
done
yo.
anything.
No he hecho nada yo.
I haven't done anything.
Nada he hecho.
Machine tells me
Ella me
differently.
dice algo diferente.
Sí, pero no he hecho nada.
No, but I haven't done anything.
Nada he hecho yo.
I haven't done anything.
Y seguro que no he hecho nada.
I'm sure that I haven't done anything.
He said they switched it. That's
He
all he
said-
knows.
Y lo único que
Not
sé es
this
que le
one.
cambiaron de un pie a otro.
Sí, eso sí, se lo cambiaron.
Yeah, they just moved them.
Es lo único.
That's the only thing.
Pero yo no he hecho nada.
When are you telling me that they moved the device?
Me dice que movieron ese aparato.
Hace como 2 semanas.
It's been about 2 weeks.
That's about right, Judge.
Tamper was a month ago, and
Eso
they're
que
just
no,
now
eso fue
getting
como
us
un mes atrás.
tamper. I have here
Yo
that the
tengo
tamper
aquí
was in
que eso
on
fue
October 18th.
el 18 de octubre.
Mr. Lazamorphin, I
Señor
want you to
Lazamorfin, yo
understand
quiero que
above
usted
all
entienda.
else, do not consume alcohol.
Alcohol.
Do not
No,
consume.
come
I haven't drank any alcohol.
I want you to listen.
Quiero que usted escuche.
Sí.
I don't want you to consume alcohol. I don't want you to consume anything that has alcohol in it.
Tenga alcohol.
And I don't want you to mess with the machine. If there are any more tampers with the machine,
de bregar con la
it's
máquina.
not going to go well. Do you understand?
¿Pero entiende?
Sí, yo lo entiendo.
Yes, I
Do
understand.
not put anything in between the machine and your skin. Make sure that clothing does not get stuck in the machine.
La máquina
It is your responsibility to know what to do and what not to do.
él no puede hacer.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí, yo lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right,
Está bien.
Sunuli, we'll continue with the bond.
Va a seguir
Yes,
bajo fianza.
Just
Va a seguir, va a
admonish him
continuar.
accordingly. Any more
Pero
issues?
póngalo de acuerdo,
Ya
que
que
no
tengo
tenga
cerrado
problemas.
y ahí no tengo.
It's just that I have it here and that's all. That's,
Okay,
All right, thank you, Judge.
thank you, Ms.
está
Montez.
bien, señor. Buenas suerte.
Judge, I'm approaching on Lawrence Flowers. He's in custody. I think that I was approaching because you picked up a new case and wasn't sure if you wanted to change his bond amounts, but I did want to let you know he has a parole hold. So either way, he isn't getting out. He was put on a TDC trip for felon in possession of a firearm back in 2023. And so he's stuck there on a parole hold.
So while he's out on parole, he picks up a theft, another theft. I guess he gets out again.
And a robbery, Judge.
It's up a robbery
Yes, Judge.
in September. I guess that's not enough for a parole hold. And now he's picked up another theft and affiliate ID.
Well, sometimes I think parole needs some time to be notified. I'm not sure, but I've had people with serious felonies who, if only a short amount of time has passed, they don't get a parole hold. And then once more time elapses, they do get the hold.
Yeah, I'm no PR bonds in this case. Absolutely.
What would you like to set his bonds at, Judge? Because he has just $100 PR bonds right now.
Right.
But I don't think he'd be getting out regardless, Judge.
He's got a federal hold.
Yes, Judge, he mentioned that as well. I actually forgot to mention that he has a federal hold and a parole hold.
Not only does he have a parole,
Right, he's got parole.
a federal parole hold.
He's got a holds coming out the eyes. So that's what I mean. It's just, any bond you set here isn't gonna matter, Judge.
I just no PR bond. I can't believe it as it is. So 5,000 on both cases, and we'll leave it. No
On
PR
each,
bond.
Judge?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right.
I'm here this morning for Daniel Perez Garcia on his client Eduardo Garcia Ibarra.
You here for Dan?
Judge, he's stuck in hearings for
It's okay.
immigration this
Yeah.
morning.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's Garcia Ibarra, right?
Yes,
Okay. So are you can you do the attorney record form for
I
him?
will do that, Judge. I thought it was already done, but I'll get it done for him. Yes, Your
One more
Honor.
week.
I will get it done this morning for him. Judge, just quickly, I wanted to approach on behalf of the client. The client is wanting to see if the court would allow him to remove his curfew. He has both the curfew and the Scram device. He says Scram device, I totally understand. It's my second DWI. I will be compliant. I have been compliant. I did speak with pretrial this morning and they said, yes, he has been compliant. Mr. Garcia Ibarra has said has had both devices since he was arrested. So again, he knows it's your discretion, Judge, but he's asking, basically, he's had to cut back on hours, which he needs more. And generally what he's been doing before that was he'd go to work, come home, he'd work out at times, then he'd go pick up his child take his child with him to go work out. So that they have more time together, Judge. So that's the reason why he's asking for the curfew to be removed.
I don't know. I don't remember his case at all. All I know is that you have an open DWI. You've got 2 felony assault on a peace officer. I don't remember what happened on your case. All I know is that nothing good happens at 2 a.m. while you have all these cases open. And that's why what we're trying to do, we don't want you to get in any more trouble. And so being out in the middle of the night is conducive to that. And we're trying to prevent anything else from happening, right? So what happened in the case?
So in his case, officers were dispatched to a possible intoxicated driver that crashed into the bushes at a Jack in the Box. The defendant was stopped in the parking space near the roadway with the engine on and transmission in reverse. The defendant was passed out behind the wheel. The officer put the transmission in park and attempted to wake the defendant. After waking the defendant pressed the gas pedal, causing the engine to rev up, and then pressed the brake and gas pedals simultaneously. The officers, when they made contact with the defendant, observed red watery eyes, slow slurred speech, a strong odor of alcoholic beverage, and the defendant became belligerent and hostile when they attempted to have him exit the vehicle. During the time, the defendant was resisting and tackled one of the officers to the ground, then kicked him. And he later stated, "I don't answer questions," after the officers read his Miranda warnings. And he also spit on the officers.
Okay. What do you want?
I just want to be able to be with my son more times. They have to work more.
How old is your son?
He's 11.
Okay. And what time do you want? What do we have now, Felicia?
9 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. What time do you want?
Can do 11, that's fine with me.
I'll give you till 10, okay? But 11-year-olds.
I got 2 more. He's the oldest. He's always with me. And I have another daughter and a baby. So usually the baby only get here like every other 2 weeks.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a pipe fitter, Your Honor. I work in refineries. I don't do drugs. All I do is work and my kids. And
Judge, I was going to ask for 11 just because it gives him time to work a little longer and then still try and do what he would like to do with his son. He doesn't get to do it all the time.
I mean, I haven't gotten any violations. You've been doing good. I'll give you to 11. I'm not giving you any more though. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night, and we don't want you out in the middle of the night. Just do what you need to do. Stay clean. Things will go well. Listen to your lawyers. They'll take care of you. I'll give you to 11, but don't make me regret it. Please.
No, I won't, Your Honor.
Okay? All right.
Thank you,
All right.
Judge.
Thank you.
You're on a waiver. This is Spitz.
Spitz. Morning, Mr. Spitz.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
So it looks like you are wanted out of Fort Leavenworth, Kansas on a parole violation for exploitation of a minor. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir?
Yes.
Okay, great. We wish you the best of luck. Okay, thanks, guys. Yes, ma'am. Jared Drew.
No.
You were ordered. Was he ordered to have a device? You have a lawyer today.
Sir,
What are you doing about that?
I have a court appointed in my other case. And
I didn't ask you if you had a court-appointed lawyer on your other case. I asked you if you have a lawyer on this case and what you're doing about that.
I'm trying to hire one. Finances haven't been what I thought they were, but I've signed a lot of work this month. I have a couple big jobs coming up this next week. I will take a court appointed.
I'm sending you now for a drug test.
Yes, sir.
You must take the test and you must come right back afterwards.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand me?
Yes, sir.
Fail to take the test. If you fail to come back, I will make your bond so high you'll have more hair falling out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat. Mr. Garza Faz, you speak English?
Yes, sir. Perfectly.
Okay. We asked you not to consume alcohol, and all you've been doing is consuming alcohol. You consumed alcohol allegedly 10/12, 10/13, 10/16. You now stand charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. So you guys have worked out an agreement. He's doing 30 days credit for the two, correct?
So, and he has since sold his vehicle and he says he's looked into the AA around him to start.
You know, you can tell me that until we're blue into the face. You know you better than anyone else. You can tell me this, you can tell me that, you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. And the other thing is you can't lie to the police officers when they pull you up. They're just going to look at you. They're going to look at your record. Even if they smell the remote funkiest smell of whatever it may be, from now on, you will be looking at up to 10 years in prison. Don't matter how, what, when, where, what, no. All they look at, your record, and then they look at how you are. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If I were you, even if you've had the smallest, faintest sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you were taking a humongous risk. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will stay there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You understand?
I understand, sir.
It also is alleged here that you had a prior DWI from September 15, 2014 in county court at law number 15. Is this true or untrue?
That's true, sir.
I will find it true. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Second offense.
Guilty, sir.
I will find that you guilty. I will send you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license. You know, all we want our streets to be safe. It's a damn shame that every single day someone has to die in Harris County because of a boneheaded move out there when literally all you have to do is one button on your phone, $15 wherever you want to go in the city. It don't matter. Wherever you want to go, at the max, $20. Instead of now spending the next 30 days in jail, $15 it could have cost you. The next time, you're really looking at some serious time. So even if you're 72, 89, don't get into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a general laborer, sir. As of this year, I've been going through staff employment agencies and just working here and there. And I'm a caregiver at home to my 75-year-old brother. He's got dementia and stuff, so I do errands for him. He doesn't leave the house. So
one of the things that you're now going to be responsible for, they're around $7,000 in fines and fees because of this. How are you going to pay that?
I plan on going to work. I mean, I have to.
Well, I was asking the way the fees, Judge. He is an indigent. I think we run together, I guess. And I would ask that you waive the mandatory fine, Judge.
Why would we reward someone taking off 7,000 when all you've done is continue to drink? Why would we reward you? I think that rewards, especially monetary ones where it's a ton of money, should be based on when you're doing something good. Why?
I would hope that he's clearly still indigent, judge, he doesn't have a job, I think he watches his brother, but I don't, what he could have from that. And I was appointed to him because the same reason, Judge. So I would ask that you would waive the fine.
I'd like to see you do something worthwhile with your life for us to be able to do this. Perhaps start doing AA, and if we say that it's done well, we'll waive the fee. But I would be remiss, just waiving the fee just because I think what we like to see, Mr. German Fives, is proactivity. The fact that you're trying to help yourself and better yourself and not resorting to this to go through life. This serves, no, let me think about it, Martha. All right. I'm gonna have you see, the clerks will have you sign. I'm gonna think about how we can do this.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Martha.
Do you need me, sir?
No. Okay. Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Got a police judge on Mr. Timothy Akers. I'm gonna go grab him in a second.
Oh, he's in custody.
On the police,
Okay.
gonna get him in the treatment, Joe.
Mr. Flowers. It's Forrest. Come up, Mr. Forrest. Felicia, when did we send him for a drug test?
That was on the, I believe it was the 4th. I have that on the 4th, November 4th.
What did he test positive for?
It was confirmed by the lab as positive for alcohol.
Mr. Forrest, you have a lawyer today?
Court appointed lawyer.
Did you fill out an affidavit for me? We sent you home with an affidavit, did we not?
I didn't know that.
Or no? Did we send him home? Do you know?
When I left, you sent me straight to the drug test place.
So what are you doing these days? Are you working?
I got an interview today for 3:00 at Food Town.
Food Town?
Yeah.
Great.
I got the application. She gave it to me. I got to fill it out and stuff.
How do you have an interview? You don't even.
No, she told me, no, I met her. She's a very nice person. So she told me just fill this out, come back in there, give it to her, and then come back round 3. So I just catch the bus down there and I guess we're on the road.
No more smoking dope, no more using.
Dope?
Yeah. No drugs, no alcohol. You understand?
I don't do drugs.
Don't use.
I don't do drugs,
Okay.
Period. Weed, pills, I don't do that.
Good.
That ain't my life.
An application. I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll take a look at it, see.
You can drug test me every day. I'm gonna pass. I don't do no drugs.
All right. Stephen will give you an application. I need you to fill it out, and then I'll have you talk to someone here. With the what? Oh.
Obviously, you should know your date of birth. Go ahead and have a seat and
I guess just run it, 16.
Mr. Akers, Your Honor. Yes, sir, no, sir, to the judge, pleading guilty, okay.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Akers. Sir, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 2 years. The only condition is to complete the program. And once you do that, you'll have to do a little bit of aftercare, but you will be out on the outside doing it. Don't take off from the facility. If you take off, it's very possible they file a felony charge on you. They've done it on person after person. You're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary if you just take off. Don't do it. Do you understand, sir? trying to help you here. That's all we're trying to do, Ms. Akers, believe it or not. We want you to leave here better than you came here. This isn't our first rodeo. And I'm going to tell you now, we will continue to do this until it takes over and over. And I have several people here that can attest to the fact that over, eventually it's going to take, and we're going to keep doing it. You understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? We're doing it straight.
Yes, sir.
Correct? All right. You understand what's going on?
Yes, sir.
All we want you to do is complete this thing successfully, and then you're done. That's all. Do you have any questions? If you fail to live up to this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will put you back into custody, but we're going to keep doing it. And I want you to know that. I can keep you here for the next, 2-3 years? We can keep you here for the next 3 years until this thing takes. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Akers? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. Good luck. I want to see you under great circumstances, all right? Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank
Thank
you for
you,
your
Mr.
persistence in trying to help my client, Mr. Akers. It'll be all right, okay?
How long? So is there a wait for him to get in?
I've already requested that it be 6 months.
Okay. And the program is how long? And the charges that he's wanted for are sexual assault of a child in the first degree, sexual assault, strangulation, and now we have.
And the other ones are a violation of, one of them is similar to contempt and one of them is violating a court order. I want to say bond, but I'm not sure. So the other ones are FTA. And
unbelievable how someone can just pooch that.
And so, and for what it's worth, for this case, he actually was in this court 4 years ago for the same offense that he's now wanted again. And at that point, he was already wanted as a fugitive in South Dakota. He was on in another state for the same warrant where he was apprehended there and then here, or vice versa, and then he was taken back. So he's already been a fugitive twice on top of the 3 open warrants.
And here we are yet again, and still.
And I just, yeah.
Unbelievable.
That said, wanted to make sure all the facts were out there. So I didn't know until this morning. Because like for the holds, we don't get to see, especially for multi-county holds, is we can't see which county selected because on our hold screen, it only shows what state. So that's why it's important for the multi-jurisdictional ones.
Things need to change, Day. It's just.
So that's why as soon as we found out, I reached out to both, and that's why I'm standing here instead of Amy, just because of how much of a problem it is. And so that's why I made sure to get firm dates for Douglas County, because they're the ones that already have the hold. And I wanted to make sure that it was still within the statutory 30 days before I made any approaches. And so I haven't gotten a call back from Sarpy. I don't know if it's because they use the same transport company and it was just a matter of communicating, or if they're trying to get an investigator, lieutenant, or somebody to bring them over.
Ultimately, what happened, someone messed up in your case and they let the wrong county know and gave wrong information to the wrong county. So as a result, we have to give you a PR bond. But I'm going to tell you now, these charges will always be in warrant status until you take your happy ass on up to, where is it?
It's Nebraska.
To Nebraska, man.
I have my attorney here.
I don't care if you have an attorney. I don't care if you have Jesus on your side. You have to go to Nebraska. And in fact, these charges will remain out there for the rest of your life until you make it up to Nebraska.
Understood.
So, Your Honor, even though it is a PR bond, what amount will you be putting in the PR bond?
It's inconsequential. I don't know.
Because in the event that it doesn't, it still gets revoked. And so just trying to figure out what to put on our.
Do you have an amount?
Table?
$1,000?
So I mean, I was, especially considering that there's 3 counties, I mean, if it's inconsequential for the number for the court, then I would ask to be instead of 100,000 because of severity, and the fact that he has 2 prior fugitives for the same offense, that is FTA on, and the fact that he has 2 offenses.
Okay, I'm gonna set it at 50,000, Abel, okay? regardless, I'm giving you a PR bond now. But like I said,
I'm gonna, do you want him to be report when I print out the reset? It says I'll do the reset for returning himself. So if.
No, let's just get everything done now.
Okay,
Yeah, take your time, no rush. You know, but like I said, the charges will remain out there until you take care of it, you know. If you remain in Harris County, you will continue to get picked up. You're gonna continue to sit there over, and over, and these charges have been open since what, 2000 and.
Well, the last fugitive case was 2020. I don't know when the charges started, but that's, but also, like I said, we might end up showing up tomorrow for the exact same thing, or what days, I can't even, Wednesday, whenever they file it, and then they bring them up for the holdover for processing, so I don't know. I want to be upfront, is that we're gonna go by this again at some point. And at that point, maybe we'll get an answer from Starbuck, I don't know. But if I could just have 5.
How long would it take for them to get up here anyway?
That's what I said, the new date is the 26th, it's still within the 30 days, that's what I mean, it's still within the statutory days allotted. It's, it's, the initial communication was to a correct county, not the county on the front page of the fugitive packet, but it was sent to that county. I guess there was a miscommunication on either who would send it out or when the court would allow it. So I don't know, because that's their end, I don't get to control what they do, but Douglas County was correctly informed. Let's see, reset, surrender.
If they file new charges from the other counties, Abel, I don't know about other PR bonds though. You know, I am in this case because of the mix-up, right? But I don't know about other ones, you know?
Right, I don't, exactly, I don't know if he's be entitled to one.
So,
as well.
Just get on it, doggone it.
Because if we do, well, it doesn't matter, because if he's intending to do it, then he's held on the other one, because if he withdraws his waiver to permit the bond today, then we're gonna go back to this again. This is gonna be a long. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter because they would start their 14 days.
Right, they're 14 days.
Another, what I'm saying, another 14 days would kick in.
Right. For
the new charge.
County.
Right. Okay. Okay.
It does.
Let me okay, let me write this
So
up.
I'm giving you a PR bond, right? If they let you out, they let you out. But if they file new charges between now and from the time that you're processed, then you're still going to be held because you're still wanted out of other counties. So if they're get it quick enough, because I don't know how long it'll take them, it'll still kick in. I don't know. So can you set bond at 50,000, please? Okay.
I'm still typing it up. If you want, I can.
But take your time. We're not sending him anywhere, so we can still have him sign it today. It's not.
I can. Well, I don't know. Are you waiting to approach or?
Yeah, fine. So we'll just wait.
Yeah, just don't send him down, but we can have him sign stuff here momentarily. We're just gonna have him sign the reset, Abel, and then we'll.
And the PR bond.
Yeah.
Yes. Understood. Thank you, Judge.
And then if they get it quick enough, then hey.
Right.
Okay. Thanks, Abel.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, Your Honor, just even though it is a PR bond, what amount will you be putting for the PR bond?
It's inconsequential. I don't know.
Because in the event that it doesn't, it still gets revoked, and so just trying to figure out what to put on our.
You have an amount?
Abel?
$1,000?
That's what I mean, I was, especially considering that there's 3 counties, I mean, if it's inconsequential for the number for the court, then I would ask to be instead of 100,000 because of severity, and the fact that he has 2 prior fugitives for the same offense that he's FTA on, and the fact that he has 2 other ones.
Okay. I'm gonna set it at 50,000, Abel. Okay. Regardless, I'm giving you a PR bond now. But like I said,
I'm gonna. Do you want him to reapproach when I print out the reset? It says I'll do the reset for returning himself. So if
no, let's just get everything done now.
Okay, I just
yeah, take your time. No rush. You know, but like I said, these charges will remain out there until you take care of it. You know, if you remain in Harris County, you will continue to get picked up. You're going to continue to sit there over and over and over, and these charges have been open since what, 2000 and.
Well, the last fugitive case was 2020. I don't know when the charges started, but that's. But also, like I said, we might end up showing up tomorrow for the exact same thing, or what is Wednesday, whenever they file it, and then they bring them up for the holdover for processing. So I don't know. I want to be upfront. Is that we're going to go back again at some point, and at that point, maybe we'll get an answer. but if I could just have 5.
How long will it take for them to get up here anyway?
That's what I said, the new date is 26, it's still within the 30 days, that's what I mean, it's still within the statutory days allotted. It's, yeah, and of course, the initial communication was to a correct county, not the county on the front page of the fugitive packet, but it was sent to that county. I guess there was a miscommunication on either who would send it out or when the court would allow it. So I don't know, because that's their end, I don't get to control what they do, but Douglas County was correctly informed. Let's see, so recent surrender.
If they file new charges on the other counties, Abel, I don't know about other PR bonds though. You know, I am in this case because of the mix-up, right? But I don't know about other ones, you know?
Right, I don't, exactly, I don't know if he's entitled to one.
So,
well,
get on it, doggone it.
Well, because if we do, well, it doesn't matter, because if he's intending to do it, then he's held on the other one, because if he withdraws his waiver to permit the bond today, then we're gonna go back to this again, because it's gonna be held on. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because they would start their 14 days.
Right,
Another, what I'm saying, another 14 days would kick in.
Right, for the
new
county.
Right, okay. Okay.
It does.
Let me, okay, let me write this
So,
up real quick.
I'm giving you a PR bond, right? If they let you out, they let you out. But if they file new charges between now and from the time that you're processed, then you're still going to be held because you're still wanted out of other counties. So if they're get it quick enough, because I don't know how long it'll take them, it'll still kick in. I don't know. So can you set bond at 50,000, please? Okay.
I'm still typing it up. If you
No,
want, I can.
but take your time. We're not sending him anywhere, so we can still have him sign it. Okay? It's not. But don't send him down. We can have him sign stuff here momentarily. We're just gonna have him sign the reset, Abel, and then we'll.
And the PR bond.
Yeah.
Yes, understood. Thank you, Judge.
And then if they get you quick enough, then hey.
Right.
Okay. Thanks, Abel.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Judge. Judge, I have a case, it's